Alright, today is wiring harness day. So I have this pull-through wire that I've now taped to the front end of this. And then this is my wiring harness that's taped down. So what I'm going to do is just see if I can start this. So it comes up here, down here, and here's the other end of that wire. So let's see if I can actually start this thing coming through. Pull it a little bit and then go back over here. It would be useful probably to have two people to do this. But also, I don't know if this whole cable is even going to fit through this area without lowering the trunk. Alright, I'm going to keep on trying to pull this through and then turn this back on once I get it. Alright, after much of a hassle, I've got this wiring harness coming through. I damaged my some of the wires a little bit, so I have my 6 additional wires here. These I think are mostly the tail lights. Then I have these ones, so I slightly damaged this one and I put a new shrink sheath over right here. And then I slightly damaged this one and I put 2 new layers of a sheath over this, and then I tested the wires with my little beep thing on my meter, just to make sure they're not shorted out and that they connect on the other side. And so everything was fine. But I think, you know, up in this little channel where you run this, you look there, there's some metal things that got a little bit hung up. And while I sprayed WD-40 on it, it still caught on the tape and on the wire, and then it wound up just sort of cutting a little bit into the wire. So, you know, I'm hoping that overall it's not, nothing is actually, you know, too damaged. Everything that would have been damaged would have already been out there. So, and this is my my wiring for the light here. Also, the other thing is I left these 2 screws in while I was pulling the wire, and so, you know, I had these sharp screws there as I was pulling the wire by, and I think generally I didn't really damage much with that, but that was just stupid. Then if I look in here, so the wiring harness then comes out from under there and it goes up. There's a little holder, and well, I guess you can probably see that there. There's a little holder, and I have the main wiring harness in there, but I have to also make sure all the little wires get in there, up and under there, and then they all come out here, and then these are all ready, you know, to start hooking on to things. So I'm gonna have to look up exactly how that goes, and then all my extra wires, which are these ones here, these would go to the other gauges, and I think I can just cut the excess off on this. That was just such an unbelievable pain in the ass, and I was very frustrated because it was getting hung up like right in here. And despite having like I put some WD-40 on there and various things, and it just didn't matter. it was getting hung up on actually some little physical thing. All right, so these are my extra wires, and I do have a lot of extra wire, but it's all taped up, so I'm gonna have to use connectors on the other side. But you know, this can go to any gauge location, and I'm just gonna cut these because I really have a lot of extra wire on here. So I'm going to cut these about right about here. So this is coming about two feet or so in. That'll be plenty of wire to do whatever I need to do. All right. Well, I guess I can claim success on the wiring harness, but that was not fun. So the next step here, you know, as far as this goes, is I just get the things in the wiring harness that need to be in position before I put the motor in. You know, I have 2 holes here. I can feed wire in to go to the back. I have a hole here. I can feed the wire into the back, and I have 1-2 clips here in case the wire needs to come across and under there. So I need to get that in the right position, and then I can probably put my motor in. Let's see, what else is going on back here? I am charging this battery using my trickle charger. So, you know, that'll be ready to go. Still haven't done any more on the Silas, and I'm waiting on my master cylinder for the brakes. So that is pretty much, that's the status. Oh, I should get these grommets for the for these and get those today, so I should be able to put those in. Alrighty.